Hi, everybody. This is Coach Lewis. And I'm here with my sister. You're in for a treat. My sister, I gotta say my sister, Dr. Betty Uribe. And I want to talk to you about your book,
Okay.
Hashtag Values. And I want to know what your inspiration, I know that I inspire you quite a bit, but seriously speaking, I want to talk to you about your book, Hashtag Values. Why did you choose hashtag values? It could have been anything. It could have been leadership. You've been in executive leadership for a long time. I want you to tell a little bit about yourself and just kind of share a little bit.
I've been in the financial services industry and have been an entrepreneur for over 3 decades. And what inspired
you started when
me,
you started when you were 2.
I started when I was 2.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
when you were just a baby.
Yes.
And in my trajectory as a leader and in my trajectory as an entrepreneur, what I have found is that the commonality that is between great leaders and good leaders is the difference in the core values that they actually behave with. In the time when the economy went down, that's when we started seeing leaders falling. Leaders who were in clergy, who were in sports, that were doing such a good job and they were at the height of their career. And then all of a sudden they made a decision and bam, they're down.
Yeah, they're falling from grace.
And we saw them falling all the time. And what I noticed was, oh my goodness, all of the good leaders in the world have either passed away or have fallen. Who are the leaders that are going to be here for our children to look up to and to have as role models?
Sure.
And so I sought out to do my dissertation study, my doctoral study on core values, and I interviewed leaders, generals from the White House and the Pentagon, and C-level leaders and CEOs from different businesses. And the study was to really understand what are the core values of the people that we're not hearing about in the news, the people who we're not watching in the
media and
whatnot, the people that are truly leading with core values and running organizations that are sustainable, that are staying, high-performing organizations that really withstand the test of time.
Sure.
And that's what got me to really study the core values and really make values the center or the epicenter of my dissertation.
And it's funny you say that. When we went to get certified with Dr. John Maxwell,
Yes.
I remember specifically somebody asked him, where do you get most of your material? And Dr. John Maxwell, for those of you who don't know, he used to be a pastor, and still is a pastor,
Yes.
and a very strong biblical foundation, a man with a very strong moral character. And one of the things he said really struck me, and that it was, he said this, and I'm kind of more or less paraphrasing, I get all my material from the Bible. And for those of you who don't like that, there's the door. And I found that to be incredibly refreshing because I found that there's so many people that are really not really supporting their core values. And Dr. John Maxwell definitely demonstrated that on that day, at least to me.
Yes.
And I just spoke to someone that went to another John Maxwell certification process, another weekend, and they asked him the same question, and he gave them exactly the same answer.
Yeah.
So he seems to be remaining really consistent with that. And I really like the fact that you wrote the book about values, and that one of the things that you always speak to me about is, what is my core value? That's where we got Discover Your True North
Yes.
at Compass Trainings, is the inspiration that you gave me in many conversations that you and I have had. So I want you to also, let me ask you about this. This is really important. I heard you just a little bit as we were talking about terminal values and
Yes, and instrumental
values. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Absolutely. When you think about core values, there are different sets of values that we live our life through in our journey, in our life journey, and in our leadership journey. Those are what are called instrumental values, because they're an instrument that we use to lead our life. Terminal values are those that are held by the individual when they're closer to death. what really is core and most important to people when at the time of death, or at their when they're in their term, when they see their life being terminal.
Sure.
And so those are two sets of core values. What I did is I tested my subjects, if you will, or the individual leaders, to really understand what is it that they have that is really important to them. And it's interesting that you talk about spirituality, because spirituality ended up being one of the core values that every single leader that I tested across the nation here in the United States, and that was one of the core values that came up.
Wow. I'm sure there's a lot more to it. I want to throw a quick plug, hashtag values. My sister, Dr. Betty Uribe. And I'd love to, if you want to check, if they want to find you, check you out on social media, how do they find you?
My website is drbettyuribe.com.
Okay, simple
and,
enough.
And I am on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all Dr. Betty Uribe. So at Dr. Betty Uribe or hashtag Betty Uribe. If you send me a message on LinkedIn, I will personally respond to every single message. All of my posts that I do are mine. I personally do the posts early in the morning when you're probably still sleeping.
Yeah, she's the one that taught me about getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, folks. So
I'm now waking up at 3:15 to meditate for an hour and to really pray and think.
All right.
But yeah, drbettyuribe.com or Dr. Betty Uribe on social media.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, it's
incredibly
my
proud of you. What a
pleasure.
pleasure it is
Thank
to
you
have you
so
here
much, yeah.
at our office here at Compass Trainings.
Impromptu.
Yeah, that's right, impromptu. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Check Dr. Betty Uribe out, and also if you want to know more about Compass Trainings, please come check us out. My sister and I graduated from a similar, not the same, but a very similar transformational program in 2001, which is 18 years ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I can honestly tell you, and I tell this to people publicly, my life would not be the same without the trainings that you have given. At a time in my life when I was looking at my relationship with Juan Carlos, and it was a very tough time in my life, you came and you said, just give me 6 hours. I gave you 6 hours, and you gave me my life. I can't thank you enough. So this training will change your life as a leader, and this training will change your life as an individual. Highly, highly recommended.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for dedicating your life for making a difference.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so very much. It means a lot to me. If you want to know more, please check us out at compasstrainings.com, compasstrainings.com. Love to hear from you, and we'll see you in the training room.